Hi, this is Kelly. Today is Sunday, November the 9th, 2025. And as of this morning, my weight is exactly 216 pounds, which means I'm down 1.4 pounds for the week and 95 pounds exactly totals so far. So I had a good week, a good week. And uh, just, I don't know why, but more progress I make, the more I seem to worry about it. I think it's because it's finally starting to become real in some sense. I am still frustrated. Not a whole lot's come off my stomach. Everywhere else, but not my stomach. My stomach is the first place I put on extra pounds, and apparently is going to be the last place to come off. So I can tell a difference on my sides. I can tell a difference on my feet, my face, my legs, a little bit in my arms, my back, but not the front of my stomach. I just have to be patient, I guess. And who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Surely it'll start to show signs when I get below 200. But one thing I want to talk about is calorie counting. Do you or don't you? When I first started this weight loss journey, I was doing whole food, low carb, very low carb. I did not count calories, and I probably was eating a lot. It probably was a lot. I don't know. Um, Given that meat has a tendency to be high in calories. Um, but once I stalled, after I got to 250 pounds for 4 months, I knew I had to do something different. So I switched to to whole food, low fat, and then I started counting calories. Looking back, I think that my weight loss under low carb was from me switching to whole foods. That was enough to get me down from 311 to 250. Um, but once I hit there, that was all as far as I could go. So now I calorie count, and it's not just to keep myself below a certain number. It's also to make sure I don't undereat too. So my range is below 1600 and absolutely above 1200, but it's usually above 1300. So, my range is between 1300 and 1600 calories a day, which I know some people find low, but I've got a really lousy metabolism, and number one, and um, I'm older, and I'm not very active. I got a stationary bike, and I'm using it about 40 minutes a day, but and I've got little resistance bands hooked to it that I use on my arms while I'm doing riding it. But that's it. That's what I can manage. So, you know, a young man who's out surfing all the time or whatever could definitely eat more than I can and lose weight. But this is where I am. And the thing is, I don't feel hungry. I feel very comfortable. Uh, you can eat a lot of vegetables and fruit uh, for that amount of calories. Uh, if you're not frying them in oil or, uh, you know, buying them processed. So I don't feel deprived. I really don't. And I'm very thankful for that. But I was surprised when I started counting calories because you think you know, how much something is, but until you actually start tracking, you don't. I think instinctively we tend to think that different foods that look to be about the same amount are going to be the same amount of calories, and that's not necessarily so. So I know some people get real insistent about, oh, you shouldn't count calories. Well, those people, I think, probably are instinctively counting calories. Or, like I said, they've got a much better metabolism than I do, and they're more active and probably younger. So, if that's what you need to do to lose weight, that's what you need to do. Don't feel you have to do your weight loss journey just like somebody else. You have to do what works for you. And counting calories on my low fat diet works for me. Um, I don't weigh every little thing. It's actually it's easier to count calories when you're eating mostly whole food because you know try figuring out the calories of some uh, fast food item you bought. You know, good luck. But when you limit the ingredients, it's a lot easier to figure out. And I don't spend an enormous amount of time because um, after a while, the app I use, it figures out, oh yeah, you ate this last time, and this is about how much you ate of it. So it knows what I want. Uh, that makes it a lot easier. And that's the thing is you want to make your weight loss journey as easy on yourself as you can because you want it to be sustainable long term. This isn't a crash diet. You know, nobody wins. Nobody wins. Nobody loses 160 pounds on a crash diet. You know, not without putting themselves into the hospital. So I'm plugging away. Yes, I would like to do it a little faster, but this is the way it's going. So I'm making progress, one baby step at a time. And if you're on a weight loss journey, I hope you're making progress too. Take care. Bye.